Greetings, PTA family. My name is Penny Christian, and I am your National PTA Family Engagement Committee Chair. And I'm here to speak with you just for a minute about Standard 5 of our National PTA Standards for Family School Partnerships, Share Power. So when you share power, we have the school partnering with families and decisions that affect children and families, and together as a team, inform, influence, and create policies, practices, and program. Now, I live in Kentucky, and in Kentucky there has been a law in the books since 1990, the Kentucky Education Reform Act, that actually speaks to that sharing of power. Each school has what's called a school-based decision-making council, which is composed of parent representatives, teacher representatives, and is chaired by the principal. And together, the decisions of day-to-day operation in the school is made by this council. So staffing, budget, curriculum, behavior issues, all of these things come into play when it comes to SBDM. Now, of course, every situation is not as effective or as transparent as that, right? But when we look at the first goal of this, we understand what's important. And the first goal is to strengthen the family's voice in shared decision making. And we think that here in Kentucky that's what has been done with SBDM. Now, there are certain characteristics to that, right? Are family partners in making decisions that affect their children at school and in the community? Are they really partners, right? So some of the indicators of that are that they're transparently and accessibly communicating about decision-making processes. Everything from your dress code to curriculum to records that we feel are important to our kids in terms of safety and things that go on in the building. Do we build a shared knowledge about decisions that affect children, right? Do we give families and students voice in decisions that affect our babies once again? And we identify and remedy power imbalances. And I want to put a pin in that power imbalance, because when you have these true family school partnerships, you don't really have a hierarchy, right? A hierarchy always implies that someone is at the top, and then you have other people at different levels below. With a true partnership, everyone is on the level playing field. It doesn't matter what your credentials are. It doesn't matter what your power, perceived or otherwise, is. Everyone is on the same playing field. Everyone's voice matters, and that hierarchy is dismantled. So when we look at goal 2, which is build families' connections, right? Do families have a strong, broad-based organization that offers opportunity to develop relationships and raise concerns with school leaders, public officials, and business and community leaders? Well, PTA, right? But now, what about schools that don't have PTAs? Do they have something in place that will allow these things to happen? So do you have abilities to connect families to local officials, right? Do they feel that they can go to someone outside of the school or outside of the district policies and programs and make sure that their needs are being met? Do they foster student and family leadership and civic engagement, right? Do we know that these kids have a feel for what it is if you don't know where to go for a certain situation? Do they inform you, this is how you handle that situation, and this is the proper protocol for that? And do we support the development of an effective family parent organization that represents all families? Now, the question is, do they support PTA? We understand what our purpose is. We understand our mission. We know that our mission is to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities. But what does that mean, and is it being demonstrated within the buildings, right? So as we come upon Founders Day and Take Your Family to School Week, I want you to think about these indicators. I want you to think about these goals. Think about when you go into the building, do you feel that you have this shared power, right? Are barriers eliminated? Can you go into the building and can you ask questions and can you receive answers, more importantly, right? And is that hierarchy torn down? So moving forward, I ask that you would continue to look at our national standards, take these, put them in your pocket. Be sure that you are able to ask questions, and as always, if you have any concerns and you're not sure what the next step is, the National PTA and the National PTA Family Engagement Committee are here to help, and we're willing to do whatever it is you need us to do to make sure that all of our needs are being met and that power is being shared. Thanks.